welcome back. Spit or Swallow Beer Review. Shagdog's here. No jammer, but you'll have that. Hey, we're drinking Natural Ice, 5.9% ABV. Only gets a 47 on Beer Advocate. I didn't check Untapped. I'm sure it's pretty low there, probably too. American Adjunct Lager. Natural Ice is brewed with a blend of premium, shades crooked, American grown and imported hops and a combination of malt and corn that lends Natural Ice's delicate sweetness. It then undergoes Anheuser-Busch's exclusive ice brewing process, which takes the beer to temperature below freezing and leads to the formation of ice crystals, which creates its signature rich and smooth taste. I haven't had this in a while. There's probably reasons why. But let's try it, right? And it's a 16-ounce can. Jammer went shopping. Got some craft beers. I was like, yeah, I got to drive. Not real far, but 25, 35-minute drive to go to my liquor store that has craft beer. But in the morning during rush hour, when I got off work, I was like, I'm not going to do it today. I'll go buy a couple crappy beers because you can't buy a good craft beer around this town anymore. They used to have some places, but with certain amount, nothing big, a couple beverages, But I was like, I'll go Saturday, but I'll buy a couple crappy beers. Jammer could drink his craft beers. We'll do some beer reviews. He said most likely today or Thursday, so I assumed he was going to do it today. But lo and behold, he tells me that he's not able to do any beer reviews today or the rest of this week. So I'm like, screw it, let's do it. I wish he would have told me that an hour ago. I would have started 1 hour ago. But that's okay. Let's give it a look-see. Natural Ice. Isn't that awesome? I always did like the can, though. It's pretty nice looking. Yeah, it's golden. It's darker than your average light beer. Maybe a shade or two lighter or darker than a regular like Budweiser or something. Maybe a shade or two darker. Who knows? The head is slowly dissipating, but there is a slight film on the top still, so a little cloud cover there. Yeah, it definitely smells corny. Sweet sucrose corn syrup. Who knows what else they put in there? It's probably, what's that called? Genetically modified corn. What you gonna do, right? Welcome to America. Let's get into it. Oh, yeah. Let's get into it and taste, of course. I'm not sure why I'm wearing a headset, but that's okay. Pretty smooth. Nice corn syrupy sweetness in there. Kind of a slight bad taste in there, too. Like a little swill type taste. Sweet, corny. There's almost a slight boldness. Forgive me as I brighten my screen, because yeah, there's a light boldness, but it's pretty watery and I think they could do a lot more with this. I think if they made it a little bit bolder, it might taste pretty good, actually. Or somewhat good, yeah. I wanted to see something. Yeah, I remember this being a little bolder tasting, I thought, but maybe all those IPAs I've had the last few years have really, built up my. Yeah, I bought this, another beer, and the third beer I was going to get was a regular Busch. It was in the singles section, right next to this, same shelf. Lady rang it up. She said, this is coming up. She goes, where'd you get this? And I said, right next to all the other singles. There's like 10 of them there. She has other lady go check, and that lady said that it's someone opened a 12 pack or a whatever and put them in there. I got home, I'm thinking, for regular Busch beer, how many times you see that in 16 ounces with maybe a 4 pack or a 6 pack, I guess. I don't think they sell 16 ounces in a 12 pack or a case or anything. Anyhow, that was going to be my third beer for today, but if I get that far, I got a Yingling or one of the craft beers I drank last week for a drinking and thinking video, if I get that far. Without Jammer here to push me, I'll probably just do 2 beers. Oh, let's see what Jammer's got here. Oh, that was from earlier. Okay. Yeah, what would I give this? I swear this used to be a lot bolder back in the day. It was pretty watery. It's got that corn sweetness in there. That's the only thing really bold. It's pretty watery taste, a slight faint, whatever kind of hop they use on the tip of your tongue. That, maybe it's more corn than hop, but I give it as drinkability a good lawnmower beer. Hop, all right. 5.9% helps better than 4.2% if you want to catch a buzz or whatever. I'd say a C plus for what it is and a swallow. C plus and a swallow for the natural ice. That noise, I don't wonder what the hell it was. I guess it's the AC. Yeah, not too bad, man. This beer has probably seen more, this beer brand has probably seen more bonfires than your local fire department. Yeah. Today's beer is so cold it asked to see my passport. Ice, yeah. Natural ice, because regular cold just wasn't enough. This beer has been cleared by customs and border protection. I think this beer has crossed the border legally. It came with proper ice documentation. Natural Ice, the official beer of Frozen Fingers. Natural Ice, when your taste buds need witness protection. This beer is colder than my ex's heart. Which reminds me, I was going to text her today. Yeah. Natural Ice. Okay, it's so cold, penguins are asking for a sweater when they drink this beer. That's pretty stupid. Alright, more ice jokes. I showed this can my ID. It asked for my passport too. This beer crossed the border smoother than I did. Okay. Don't worry, folks. This is the only ice raid you'll see today. This is where the can earns its citizenship. When we gave the score earlier, I was supposed to say that, I guess, when we gave the score. Well, this is no fun without Jammer. I'm trying a different table setup, but this table is kind of high. But I can bring my chair up, but I guess that's okay. A little bit. Yeah. What I need to do is Jammer has that sweet ass table. It's a Jimmy Buffett table, glass top. It's got hamburger in paradise on there, stained glass with Jimmy Buffett. Hamburger in paradise has got palm trees and a hamburger in it or something. And I don't think it's at his house with his betrothed. I think he left that with his mother, I believe. Not enough room in his house for a beer table, right? I think he should just donate that to me. so it doesn't go to waste. I can put it right in here. I have the old table that we used to do beer reviews on. I think that's a pretty good idea, actually. Let me send him that message. Oh. Let's see if I can bring it up. I thought he'd be watching me. One viewer was on at the beginning, but they disappeared. Might have been Jammer checking in. I was just pondering during this beer review, and I was talking about I'm doing a little bit of a new table setup with my new table. But anyhow, I was saying, I think you still have that Cheeseburger in Paradise Jimmy Buffett table. And I believe you have it at your mom's house, I believe, right? Or somewhere. But I think you should just donate it to me. I could use it right here in this room. Do beer reviews on the old table that we used to do beer reviews on. So at least you get to see it every now and then. Yeah, we'll see if he responds back to that. Man, I haven't seen that table since, let's see. Since early, when I moved to South Carolina, it was 2021. He got married a couple months later. He was still fixing up the old house, so he was still going back there, staying there occasionally. And I think that's the last time I saw the table was probably the beginning of 2022. But, yeah, I should think Jammer should donate it to me. I could actually put it out once we get that room cleared out on the back of the patio. It's like a little screen. It's not a screen Florida room, but it's got the glass windows all around it. I could probably put it right in there. Be a nice addition. Now, I really would love, I mean, you can make your own if you have a glass table. I don't know how to do it, though, but I showed my brother. He has this old glass table on his back patio. It's one of those rectangular ones, but it's got that green paint, on the metal parts, like the old school green metal. And see if I can bring it up here. I took a picture of his table. He likes the Miami Hurricanes. I was like, look. You just get someone professional to do it, or you just learn how to do it, and you can make the your Miami Hurricane crap on there. See if I can find it here. I wish I told you the date when you search for stuff on here. I can't find it. Well, I took a picture of the table. I said, put the Miami Hurricane logo on the table on the glass, and it looked great. I don't know if he's going to still do that or figure out how to do it, but it was a good idea. Anyhow, beer is good, and it's good for you and me. It's not beer can. Or can't. Wait, it's beer can, not beer can. Anytime you get beer, man, make sure you try to get it because you never know when a significant other or somebody else is going to restrain you from drinking beers because making you do chores or run errands or just being around. Now, on the other hand, I sacrificed for this beer review. You'll probably know the story if you watch this for a long time. One of my exes back in 2012, November 2012, told me, this is about almost a year after we started the beer review. She says, the beer review or me? And I said, well, I'm not giving up the beer review. That's my hobby. And she had a point of why I should have gave it up. But yeah, I told her the reason why I did it. She still wanted me to give it up. I said, well, I'll just do beer reviews at the house from now on. I won't go anywhere to do the beer review, which I really did it. I mean, Jammer wanted to do all that. I mean, but Nope, she says the beer reviews are me. I said, well, I'm not giving up the beer reviews. That's my hobby. And she left 3 days later. I was like, yeah, I can do beer reviews whenever I want now. Hence, meaning I could drink beer whenever I want. I mean, I drink beer whenever I want at that point, anyhow. But if I got off for work and want to drink 2 or 3 beers, I drank 2 or 3 beers. She didn't say nothing to me. I think it was just the company I was keeping. At first, I think she was keen on the idea of me and Jammer doing beer reviews because I wasn't going to the bar. I was drinking at the house. Most times I wasn't going to the bar. But, yeah. Fuck. Well, I'll do it for that one. Got one more sip to go. And then we got another great bad beer to do for you. Some people around these parts call it a Dade City Champagne. I'm sure people in Dade City say it's a Zephyr Hills Champagne. I don't know. But we'll see when we get to that one. It might be my last beer, though, because I don't feel like drinking all morning. I got to go back to bed by noon. Get up, go back to work again. It's hard being a working man. Really, I probably should stop doing beer reviews, get a second job so I can put more money into my 401k, more money to my other investments. Because I hardly got anything going there. So, and the clock is ticking. Actually, my second type of investment thing I have is my fallback investment. So when I hit the age of 70, 75, if I live that long, that's the one I could, slowly take from at that point to help out with rising cost of living. Because, in, what am I, 54 now, 20 years from now? You think shit's bad now? Well, shit's always bad. I mean, inflation goes up, wages go up, but they don't keep up with inflation, so it's always getting worse. I mean, the separation is outrageous, Compared to what I was making in 1998 when I worked at the juice plant, if I never got a raise and I got inflation type raises, I should be making I was making $8.25 an hour at that time, 1998, 99, somewhere around there. Minimum wage in Florida at the time was like $6.25, $6.50. If I never got a raise, regular, whatever, just inflation raises, I should be making $16.70 or something like that an hour right now. I'm actually making 30 cents less an hour. Of course, I'm at a lower job or same type of job, So basically, I'm 30 cents behind what I was making in 1998, 99. When I worked for the state in 2003, what I should be making right now, if I got actual inflationary raises from 2003 to now, I should be making $25 an hour. So I'm $10 off an hour from what I was making in 2003 with inflation. I didn't better myself. At one point, I thought when I was with the state, I was going to stay there until retirement and get my pension. That's all I was concerned about. I wasn't invested in other things or thinking about doing other things in the future or bettering myself. I just went with the flow, and then I left that place after 10 years. And then from that point, which was 12 years ago, I didn't really better myself either. Went back to that place, and I left again after 4 years, but I was basically a 401k type thing at that point. Couldn't do the pension again, so really effed myself. But I'm trying to invest somewhat. I don't have enough time. They say, it's never too late. Well, yes, it's never too late. You can always put something in. But if you're in your mid 50s, I mean, I started again when I was 50, so here I am almost 55. Not even, not even good. Yeah, I mean, I even put extra in it sometimes, but don't make enough money to put stuff in there, you know. So I'm probably going to have to break down. I never want to work a second job in my life, but I might have to break down and do it just to work to put more money into investments for retirement. Yeah. Anyhow, or I could quit drinking beer, but I really don't spend that much on beer. $200 every couple months, so maybe $75 every 5 or 6 weeks, basically. Give or take a few, probably less than that. Anyhow, that's life. Anyhow, check us out in the next beer review. Shagdog Spit or Swallow beer review. I probably lost my sound effect thing because if you let it go for that long, yeah, you lose it. You got to use it or lose it. It goes to these ads, and then it takes forever to get rid of these friggin' ads. That's why I don't like app sound effects. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Oh, yeah, don't forget to try this one. Not bad.